I feel like the most authentic relationships build out of that. And if you look at it like you're really trying to help that person like you would a friend or a family member, and you're leading with the intention of trying to build long-lasting relationships, you will be successful.
I'm Maud Léger, and this is the Realtors Conspiracy Podcast, where we crack the code to real estate success. Learn from top realtors, entrepreneurs, and innovators about how to grow your business as we discuss real estate success stories, mindset, processes, and the key to their success. Check out our podcast episodes every Monday to crack the code to success for your real estate business. This week, I'm speaking with Jess Brennan from Rebel Realty. Jess started her real estate career as a licensed admin on the Kate Broderick team, which gave her the knowledge and confidence to become a realtor on the team. She believes in building lasting relationships with people by being her authentic self and being there to support them. Let's get to my chat with Jess. Hi Jess, thanks for joining us on the episode today. What is the key to your success?
Oh, thanks for having me. So key to my success. So I'm still pretty green as an agent. This will be my third year as a licensed agent in real estate. Before I worked as an administrator, actually on the Kate Broderick team. I think how I was able to kind of ease myself into the role was because I had that background. In terms of administrative. I feel like that gives me a little bit of an edge in terms of being more of a green agent. I was able to write offers and listing agreements and do all the paperwork and see the behind the scenes background work that you need to do in order to facilitate a deal.
Yeah, and pretty lucky as a green agent that you started before COVID. So now you've seen both sides of it.
Oh yeah, I mean, so when I first got my license in 2019, I had a bit of what you would call like more of a normal pre-COVID. For your first few months, like I started in March of 2019. So I was able to, I guess, kind of get my footing. I couldn't imagine starting right in 2020. That must have been overwhelming.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
What did you learn as a licensed admin that you applied to your business as a real estate agent?
The paperwork's a huge thing. It's something that we're not taught in school. We're not really taught how to write offers, which sounds crazy, but it's true. So I think knowing that information and how to facilitate a deal from beginning to end, I think it was a huge advantage. It gave me tons of experience I wouldn't have otherwise had. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, experience and confidence too. When you're sitting at the table with your sellers or your buyers, then you can explain the forms and everything that's going to go through.
Well, exactly. I mean, even though I've only been a licensed agent, again, this is my third year, I worked for the team for 5. So I had 2 years of just being an administrator and learning basically the role of an agent, because that's really what we're doing as a deals admin.
Yeah, very cool. Tell us about your day-to-day as an agent. What do you do, or what's important for you to do on a day-to-day?
So day to day. So, I mean, as an agent, I feel any agent will say that every day looks different, which is actually part of the reason I love this job so much, because you never really know what's going to come and how your day is going to progress. I would say a typical day, I mean, I'm a mom of 2. So a typical day is get up, get the kids ready, off to school now that schools are back open. And then, having a coffee, usually I like to write out a to-do list, things I need to do, making contact with touch points, sending out emails. And then usually it's just kind of connecting with people, whether it be social media or just clients, and setting up showings and then going through and viewing homes.
Yes. Very cool. When you connect with people, do you have a process for that? Do you just jump on the phone? Do you have any fear you have to overcome?
No, I mean, again, like as we were talking even before we started recording, I think just being your authentic self is the best thing you can do. And so when I connect with people, I don't have a script. I don't have, a certain, I guess, pitch that I give to people. I am just myself, and I see how the conversation transpires and just trying to find out what each client needs and how I can best help.
Yeah, that's the best approach, right? Showing up and being knowledgeable and helpful. Yeah, very cool. What motivates you? What motivates you to continue as a realtor?
I mean, definitely, I mean, it's going to sound a little cliche, but my family, right? I mean, I have my husband as well, but I'm also a provider to the household. So my kids and showing them a mom who's able to juggle and wear as many hats as we do wear, it's very important, especially to my daughter as well. I have a 5-year-old. So, for her to see that, it's a huge motivating factor. And then on top of that, it would be my clients. I love to connect with people. I sincerely love the process of helping people when I can make someone's day and say, you got the house, or, we've got this much for your listing, and just to see them light up and how happy they are, that's really what continues to motivate me.
Yeah, I love it. What would you say to a new realtor starting up? What advice would you give them? What can they apply to their business to stay as a realtor?
To a new realtor. So I would definitely say, if you can try to find a position as an administrator, as a deals administrator, that's the best place to start. You're going to learn a ton of information. So calling brokerages, job shadowing agents. Our team actually implements a mentorship program. So when new agents are onboarded, they go through a process where they're basically hooked up with a more experienced agent who's able to go to their listing meetings with them, check over their paperwork, go through the processes, which when you're first become an agent, it can be overwhelming. And so it's nice to have somebody that is there to help you and support you. So those are the resources I would suggest for a new agent. And get on social media.
Yeah, that's amazing. Get out there, right? Start telling people you're a realtor.
Yeah, I mean, right now, in the current climate of the situation under COVID, it's harder for us to do things like open houses were a huge one for me when I first started, and it was a great way to meet people and to have that face to face. We don't have that right now, really. It's right now when you and I are on Zoom, so this is kind of the new way of the world, right? So I think having a good social media account and using it is a really good way to build businesses and get in front of people you wouldn't normally be able to get in front of.
Mm-hmm. What's the best advice you received as where you were being mentored, or with Kate, or with your team? What's the best advice you got?
Oh, sheesh. Best advice I've ever got. I think the best advice I've ever been given is probably from Kate herself, and it's make a buddy when you're going to meet and have interactions with clients. Look at it like you're just making a friend. And I feel like the most authentic relationships build out of that. And if you look at it like you're really trying to help that person like you would a friend or a family member, and you're leading with the intention of trying to build long-lasting relationships, I think you will be successful if you build your business that way.
That's great advice. Thank you. Tell us, what are you excited about in the industry right now?
I think in terms of just COVID-19 came and things had to change and we had to adapt, and technology adapted with it, and people learned new ways to connect with others. So I think what I'm most excited about is just seeing where that technology takes us in the future. And we've also started in a new brokerage who has, it's Rebel Realty. They have some amazing programs that they use as well in order to connect with clients. So we have a database, it's called Planet Orange, and it's a CRM that actually connects with your clients through AI, which is really interesting. So we've just kind of gotten started on this whole program, and we're still learning, but I'm super excited to see where that takes our businesses.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. Where do we find you? What's your contact info?
So you can email me at jess@teamkate.ca or follow me on Instagram at agentjess.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks for joining. Subscribe to our podcast, Realtors Conspiracy, today.